Welcome to another video in which I look at top questions that come in from readers. This time looking at selling consulting services and the number of words on a website. This seems to be a particular topic that comes up quite a few times actually in one way or another. There's a couple of websites that I have for you to look at, Team Andare and Frank Rogers Law, both consulting services in one form or another. Let's start with Team Andare, an international HR consultancy based in the Netherlands. As you scroll down the home page, you quite soon get to the products, the programs that Team Andare sell. The Organization Culture Clarifier, the Increased Engagement Program, and the Creating Focused Change Program. There's an introduction to each, and then a button that takes you through to the product page for each of these programs. First thing you notice is that Team Andare is very keen that clients follow these programs in a particular sequence. So Organization Culture Clarifier is number one. There's information about it here. Next program, Increased Engagement Program number 2, etc. So what's this 0 here? Well, this 0 here is the Employee Engagement Survey. You can also get to it from here, Measure Engagement. And this Employee Engagement Survey is a free tool that sits on the website. Anybody can go here and use it. And as you answer the questions here, you can immediately see your percentage score at the bottom of the screen starts to change. So this simple tool gives anybody who visits the website an idea of their engagement score. And if they put in their name and email address, then they get a report sent through to them with the engagement score and more information. And that basically is step 0. It's called step 0 because, it is free. And then steps 1, 2, and 3 are the formal consulting engagements. Now, another point to make about these programs is that when Team Andare came to us, although they knew that they did this work, and although they knew that they did it in a structured way with their clients, what they hadn't done is formalized the names of the programs and written all of this material down in a structured manner that it could be displayed onto a website. So the idea of having all this in a very clear, structured way is something that, really appealed to them. And not only that, it gives us the opportunity, as we put all this together, to do some search engine optimization so that the text that we are putting together is suitable for a human being to read. It's educational, they know what they're buying, but also Google likes it as well. And of course, there's a blog on the site, and the blog also has a home for search engine optimization. So that's where we put a lot of blog posts in here on search engine optimization work. So that's really what we're doing for Team Andare. And the point to make here is that words are good. Basically, that's what it comes down to. If you are selling consulting services, as distinct from a simple product of selling tea mugs or coffee beans or what have you, if you're selling consulting services, programs that need explanation to clients, then words are really good. It gives you an opportunity to build material that will be useful to clients if it's well written, and also useful to Google if it's well optimized. Another example. This is a Frank Rogers Law, so a solicitor specific to driving offences. Okay, now this is Frank, and we've done a lot of work with Frank on his website. particularly organizing all his services in such a way that they are both clearly identifiable to his potential clients, but also clearly identifiable to Google. And we put a lot of information into the blog post upon blog post upon blog post, all of which contains useful information for his potential clients, as well as information that is useful for optimizing the site. So these are two websites with broadly similar approaches, both of which work. And in terms of the question of content for consulting services, then content is really important. That is the key point to make. And if I think of all the websites that I look at, many of them, particularly consulting services, many of them are content light. There just isn't enough meat on the bone. And it's hardly surprising that these websites are sort of emptying bank accounts rather than filling calendars, you know? There just isn't enough muscle there to do the job. So if it's one thing that I would say to you from perspective of building a services website, is you will need content. If you build good content, you won't go wrong, basically. You'll need an architecture, you'll need a structure and all the rest of it to make the website work. Of course you will, that's fair enough. But content is really, really good. Now, of course, when you come to organize all of that content, then wouldn't it be lovely if you had a way in which you could see some kind of idea as to how that works? Because Google Analytics, let's face it, is a sledgehammer to crack a nut. If you go look at Google Analytics, it's very, very easy to get extremely confused by all the numbers in there. So you need some sort of way in which to look at the path that people take through your website so that you can get some sort of gauge as to how useful the content is that you're producing. And so that's going to come up in a video shortly, and I'll show you in that video, how you can go about doing exactly the same for your website too, so that you can measure some sort of activity on the site and find out what's going on. So look out for that video. That'll be up shortly. I hope this has been useful to you. If you are in a services organization, go for content. Go for good, well-targeted, well-optimized content.